episode 3 of the second part of our learning automation series. I think this is like the 8th video or something, but we are going to be working with text functions today. If you've been following, this is the third in our little section about functions, which is how you're able to transform and manipulate data as you're moving it through a system. My name is Zaria, and I'm the founder of an AI automation company called Chain Solutions. What we do is work with businesses to build custom software that reduces workload by upwards of 15 hours a week. If you're looking to get your business automated, click the link below. 75% of businesses have already incorporated AI into their workflow in some way, and frankly, if you haven't, you're behind. Anyways, let's get into this video so we can learn more and hopefully you can start building your own automations. So if you're wondering why I'm breaking all of these lessons up like this, I want each lesson to be super digestible. I believe that everybody should be able to take advantage of these no code tools. I think coding definitely has a much more exclusive and higher barrier to entry, but these no code tools really can revitalize your business in this day and age, and not only revitalize, but I would argue that they're becoming essential. So I want all of this content to be easily comprehensible, and that's why I'm going piece by piece to try to make it as simple as possible. With that being said, let's start text functions. Text functions can be used to trim, format, and change the case of any text data. They are in this fourth tab from the left, and there's a wide variety of options, including binary functions. Some notable ones: strip HTML, the lower and upper, those are the two that we're going to be addressing today. Capitalize, start case, split, and then down here you also have, these aren't exactly functions, but they're they're more like directions, and they are also helpful, but I'm not really going to address those right now. Let's start on the text functions. We're just going to implement two. The first two tabs, I have their first and last name, their company name, their service, and then their costs. Second tab, we're not going to be using today. Third, we are going to be using upper and lower. So the point of these are to change the case of all the letters within any text string. So it does exactly what it sounds like, makes everything upper or lowercase. So extremely simple. I've set up a little, I wouldn't even call it an automation. These are just 3 modules here. The first one is going to search rows, and the rows it's going to search and look for is anywhere where the first name exists. So that's going to be all, I think, 13 lines. Then if you have been following, you would know that that only takes one operation. What will take, I believe, 13 operations is adding a row to Google Sheets. And what we're going to do here is apply that formatting, the upper and lower. So to do that, the easiest thing to do is go over to the actual tab and just click what you want. And then you can either map or type in a text string that you find relevant. You also have the option to type in the function manually, and then once you hit that first parentheses, it will open up this panel. I think it's particularly handy that a panel opens up every time you use a function, and it will give you the usage and an example. So as you're starting to learn these, it will not only tell you the type of function it is, but exactly how to apply it. So here I'm just going to map, it doesn't really matter, but we'll map the first name and we'll combine it. So we'll do the first name and the last name. And for lower, we are going to map the vendor name, and make sure you add a close parentheses every single time, or else your function won't work. It'll stop you. You won't be able to go anywhere. It will let you know that you need to close it, but save yourself the hassle. All right, that is closed. We can delete this. Okay, so my computer shut down, but let's continue where we left off. So what's going to happen is this module is going to search and get any wedding vendor here that you can see. Okay, it's not, it's definitely not 13 like I was saying before, but it will get all of these 9. And the way that I made sure it gets all of them is the filter is first name exists. That's it. So it will get those. It will then take that first
first name and last name, and we'll drive it through an upper function and a lower function. The upper will make all of the letters uppercase, lower will do the same with lowercase. All right. And like I said before, the first module will only take one operation. The second will take 9 for each of those rows. All right. Oh, 8. I was counting the header. There you go. So you can see here, we have the first and last names, and then we have the vendor names in lowercase. So if you wanted to put a space in between there, the first and last name, you can also do that. I just would need to clarify that here. I didn't do that. So I'm also going to fill out these other 2 forms. These aren't technically text functions, but it is still text manipulation. So we're going to go ahead and do those together. I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did here where I get the first name and the last name. I'm going to type a space in here, but I forgot either it's Airtable or Make. You can't just type a space. You would need to put it in quotes. So we'll find out when we run this. And then I'm going to do the same thing here, but I want it to be all lowercase. So I'm actually going to go over to the text functions, hit lower, and inside the parentheses, you're going to map the first name and then a period and then the last name. All right, let's run that again. Okay, you can see here it did incorporate the space, so I guess it's Airtable that requires the quotes, the caps, lowercase, and then we have this formatted data. That's the run through of text functions. They're pretty standard and quite simple. Watch out for the next video. We're going to be going through math functions.